I started a lot of stuff from seeds under the grow light this year, so there wasn't much to see. The moringa tree we cut way back last year, and it just doesn't seem to mind. I wanted it lower so I could get to the beans, and it just keeps shooting up. I got birds wanting to eat all my berries, so I caged them in, hung a little pie tin. I had about half a dozen beautiful ones that I was going to have the grandkids pick on Easter Sunday, and the birds ate them Sunday morning, of course. And the blackberries are blooming. That's really cool. And the ones in the container seem to be doing a lot better than the ones in the ground. There's a little blueberry back there. He seems to be yellow and he doesn't have any berries. But in here there are just so many berries. So that's much better than it was. There's a whole bunch of blackberries back there, but they're just not doing as well. I got some more beans started. Well, the seeds are in there. They'll come up eventually. My variegated banana trees. I mostly just use the leaves for wrapping things to cook on the grill at this point. And it had a baby, and then the baby had a baby. You got to keep these in containers because they spread like wildfire. My radishes I kept because they were going to seed, which is cool. Now I'll have some seeds. It's always better than having to buy them. My trellis is doing really well. This Malabar spinach is the best spinach I've ever had. I got a bunch of those. A few peppers, green, yellow. My tomatoes are the black cherries. I trimmed a lot of these bottom branches off, and except for the ones that had actual tomatoes on them by the time I got to them. They're coming along, climbing up the trellis. More spinach climbing up the trellis. And then I got a couple big tomatoes, a crimson and a orange, but they got a slow start apparently. And these are my avocado trees that will get transplanted eventually. I got two that came out of one seed. And I know you got to have a male and a female, so I'm assuming that out of the same seed, it's got to be a male and a female. And then the one that it did nothing for me, that avocado seed, so I tossed it into the woods, and now it's 6 foot tall. That is so cool. Eventually, I should get some avocados. We got all the butterfly plants along the ditch. Everybody's looking happy. I trimmed back the lemongrass last year, and it's going to seed. It's coming back just fine. And this berry plant here is wild. Came up on its own. It's really cool. I do see a few berries coming up in here. And then I know there's one I see down here if I can not get... Ooh, they're so sticky. It's going to be a red raspberry, and that's really cool because I don't have any. So thank you, thank you. The milkweed for the monarchs. Lots of flowers for the butterflies and the other pollinators. I got a lot of flowers planted out here. Nothing's really coming up quite yet. A few. The asparagus I let fern out again. So this might be the last year I have to allow it to do that. Eat it next year. I hope. The Franzi pansies are doing really well. Hopefully I get blooms this year. They've been in there for a couple years now. And there are some flowers you can see coming up down there. Some kind of a lily. It is pretty shaded back here. But yeah, everybody looks happy. My green beans, which I did burn, trimmed off a lot of the burnt leaves. And new ones are coming back. But I've already got green beans hanging on the trellis, which is really cool. Be eating green beans soon. Sooner than later. For Tom and I, there's probably enough. My cucumbers, I will be pickling. I see baby cucumbers already in here. Lots and lots of blooms. Baby cucumbers. And they're just going crazy. Everybody's happy. My green stalk's doing well. I planted a bunch of seeds in here too. And I've got little lettuces coming up. All different things. I planted about half a dozen seeds in a lot of these. And they are coming up. So that's really cool. I got a lot of dill for pickling. And some of these lettuces are way big that I started inside. Lots more dill and chives and parsley. I put my poblano over there, hoping it won't crossbreed with the greens. So everybody's happy in here. Coming back, like these were from last year. And they're just still going strong. This basil that I started is better than anything I've ever bought. That's so awesome. So far, anyway. I had a lot of extra tomatoes I gave away to friends. And these are the ones that are left. I'll probably give them away as well. They just were a lot smaller when I gave the other ones away last week. Now they're getting bigger. And my thyme is doing really well. Last year I had oregano planted there, and it died on me. I'm not sure why. But the thyme is cascading. It looks very happy. My jasmine looks extremely happy, and it smells delicious. It's just blooming like crazy. It's so cool. It smells great. It's right at the front door when you walk in. My passion vine, it's my second one. Last year I killed it. It didn't make it. This one seems to be doing really well. So we'll hope for the best. And I planted like a dozen different kinds of seeds out here. The fountain just a-flowing. Flowers. These are all flowers with the frangipansy in the middle. And they're all coming up. We got an actual Cosmo already. But I don't even know what all I planted out here. The marigolds are from last year. But they're still doing fine. I've been saving the seeds, of course. I got some planted out back. All these. Just a little bit of everybody. These big ones here are this crazy red, like a spider. It's some tropical plant. They're so beautiful. All right. Enjoy. Have a good afternoon.